Evelyn was 27, tired of city life and desperate for a quiet life. When she found the old house listed online for almost nothing, it felt like fate. The pictures showed peeling wallpaper, creaking wood floors, and a garden choked with ivy, but the price was irresistible. The locals warned her about the place. They said no one stayed for more than a month. Some whispered about strange noises, others about disappearances. But Evelyn was practical. She chalked it up to gossip. She signed the papers, packed her bags, and left the city behind. The first night she noticed it. The air inside the house wasn't just silent. It felt attentive, like the walls themselves were listening. It started small, a faint murmur when she turned off the lights. Not words, just sounds. She told herself it was wind through the cracks or the house settling. But then the murmurs began to shape themselves. One night, just as Evelyn was drifting off to sleep, she heard it. A voice, low, distorted. It said her name, Evelyn. She froze. Her rational mind insisted she'd imagined it, but the way the voice curled around her name like someone leaning close to her ear made her skin crawl. She stopped sleeping with the lights off after that. Days passed. The voice grew bolder. By the second week, the house wasn't just whispering, it was speaking. It repeated things she had said hours earlier, like an echo she couldn't escape. She'd mutter, "I'm tired," while washing dishes, only to hear the words repeated back to her in the dead of night. "I'm tired." But the voice didn't sound like her. It sounded heavier, deeper, wrong. The house was listening, and it was learning. Evelyn explored every inch of the house, desperate to find the source of the whispers. That's when she discovered the hidden door in the hallway upstairs. Behind it was a small room lined entirely with cracked mirrors. Some reflected her normally, but others seemed delayed, like her reflection was taking a fraction of a second too long to move. In one mirror, she swore she saw herself smiling, even though her lips were pressed into a grim line. She slammed the door shut and vowed never to open it again. But that night, as she tried to sleep, she heard the voice whisper, "We like the mirror room." The whispers became conversations. The house no longer just echoed her, it began to predict her. She'd think about calling a friend, and the voice would say, "Don't." She'd reach for the doorknob, and it would hiss, "Stay." The most terrifying moment came one evening when she was cooking. From the next room, she heard her own voice call out, "Evelyn, come here." But she was alone. She dropped the knife and ran, but every room she entered, she heard her voice again, closer, louder, mocking. The house wasn't whispering anymore. It was wearing her skin. By the third week, Evelyn couldn't take it anymore. She packed her bags in the middle of the night and headed for the front door. But the moment she touched the knob, every whisper in the house erupted into a scream. The walls shook, the mirrors upstairs shattered one by one, and beneath the chaos, Her own voice screamed at her, "You belong to us!" Terrified, she fled out the back door and into the overgrown garden. The night air was thick, suffocating, but at least it wasn't alive. She didn't look back. She didn't take the bags. She just ran. A month later, the house was listed online again. Same price, same photos. The ad didn't mention Evelyn. Some say she vanished after that night. Others claim she's still in the house, wandering its rooms, her voice now one of the whispers. But if you look closely at the listing photos, in one of the cracked mirrors, there's a woman standing, her mouth open, whispering. The mind is fragile. It bends, it breaks, it fractures under pressure. But sometimes it isn't your mind that's the problem. Sometimes it's the places we let inside. So if you ever find a house that's too cheap to be true, ask yourself one question. Is it waiting for you?